Have you ever noticed that many times your deepest exhaustion isn't in your body, but in your mind? Why is it that just when everything becomes quiet, when the lights go off and the world finally slows down, your thoughts become louder than ever? Maybe no one else sees it, but you know it. There's a weight inside you, a weight made of unresolved worries, words you never said, postponed decisions, fears you try to ignore during the day, but that return with full force at night. Your pillow was meant to be a place of rest, yet for many it has become a battlefield. Your body asks for sleep, but your mind insists on replaying what already happened or anticipating what hasn't even come yet. What if I told you it's not normal to carry all of this alone? That the weight you feel was never meant to stay on you through the night? That there's a deeper rest than simply closing your eyes? Before sleep, there is a sacred moment, a quiet space where you can release what's suffocating you, surrender what's weighing you down, and allow your soul to breathe again. This is not just another prayer. It's an invitation to lay down, right here and now, everything that's been stealing your peace. Take a deep breath. Calm your heart, because from this moment on, we're going to start letting go of the weight, the silence that reveals. When the day ends, silence doesn't just bring rest, it reveals. It reveals what you pushed deep into your soul while you were trying to stay strong. It reveals thoughts you didn't have time to hear, emotions you didn't allow yourself to feel. Maybe during the day you were productive, smiling, resilient. But now, in this moment, your mind starts listing everything that fell short, everything that went wrong, everything that could have been different. Night has this strange power to amplify thoughts. A small worry becomes a heavy burden. A memory turns into guilt. An uncertainty becomes fear. And without realizing it, you start having conversations with anxiety. What if it goes wrong? What if I'm not enough? What if this never changes? These questions seem harmless, but they carry an invisible weight, a weight that exhausts you, tightens your chest, and steals the rest you desperately need. But there's something you need to hear right now. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not everything that passes through your mind needs to settle in your heart. Before you sleep, you don't have to solve your entire life. You only need to decide one thing: not to carry alone what is already too heavy. And this is exactly where true freedom begins. Not through force, not through control, but through surrender to the weight that isn't yours. There's a quiet lie many people believe, that resting is a sign of weakness, as if letting go of control meant giving up, as if surrender meant losing. But the truth is exactly the opposite. What has exhausted you isn't just what you lived through today. It's the weight of trying to hold everything together by yourself. Responsibilities that aren't all yours. Guilt over things you can't change. Fear of a future that hasn't even arrived yet. You were never created to carry the world on your shoulders while trying to sleep. There's a limit to the human mind, and recognizing that limit doesn't make you weak. It protects you. Before sleep, there's a powerful choice. You either take this weight to bed, or you place it where it truly belongs. This is the moment to admit, this is too heavy for me. And it's okay to say that. As you listen to this prayer, allow yourself to do something simple but profound. Stop resisting. Stop fighting your thoughts. Stop pretending everything is under control. If this message is speaking to you, write in the comments, I let go of the weight. Not as an empty ritual, but as a real decision to stop carrying alone what's been wearing you down. And if you can, stay until the end. Because the rest that begins in the mind ends in the soul, the ACT of surrender. Letting go of the weight doesn't happen all at once. It's a silent, deep, and often slow process. Your mind has learned to hold, to watch, to anticipate, and now it needs to learn how to trust. Maybe you're lying down with your eyes closed, but inside you're still on alert. Your body tries to relax, yet your heart remains tense. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're beginning. Surrendering doesn't mean forgetting. It means recognizing that some things are beyond your control, and that trying to control everything only increases the weight you carry. Now, imagine each worry as something you're holding in your hands. One by one. No rush. No guilt. Picture yourself opening your hands. Not to emptiness, but to a care greater than your own. A care that doesn't sleep, doesn't get distracted, doesn't grow tired. As you release, your mind begins to slow down. Your breathing becomes deeper. The tightness in your chest starts to ease. This moment before sleep isn't just a pause. It's a space of restoration. A place where you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You just need to rest. And resting is faith in motion that the mind begins to rest. As you let go of the weight, something changes inside you. Your thoughts don't disappear instantly, but they no longer have the same power. They pass without settling in. The mind that once ran in circles begins to find rhythm. The heart that was racing learns how to slow down. And the body responds to this new state with relief. Maybe you feel a deep urge to close your eyes. Maybe your breathing is slower. Maybe, for the first time today, there is silence within you. This is an important sign. When the mind rests, the body follows. And when the body rests, the soul finds space to breathe. Don't fight this moment. Allow yourself to be here. Allow yourself not to think about tomorrow right now. Tomorrow can wait. This is your time of rest. A time where you don't need to be strong, productive, or efficient. Just present. If a thought tries to return, don't get frustrated. Notice it and let it go, like clouds drifting across a calm sky. The more you release, the lighter you become. And the lighter you become, the closer you are to true rest. When the soul breathes, there's a kind of exhaustion that ordinary sleep can't fix. It's soul deep exhaustion, the kind that comes from long days, hard decisions, broken expectations, and silent battles no one sees. Maybe you tried to rest on other nights, but woke up still heavy, because your body slept, but your soul stayed burdened. Now, something begins to change. Not because everything is resolved, but because you stop fighting alone. Here, rest becomes deeper, not in the absence of problems, but in the presence of care. Not in absolute control, but in trust. Let this moment wrap around you, like a quiet embrace, like a relief that doesn't need explanation. You don't have to understand everything to rest. You only need to accept that you don't have to carry everything. If this prayer is bringing relief to your heart, write in the comments, "I surrender," not for the algorithm, but to mark within yourself the moment you decided to release what was too heavy. Stay until the end. What is still being healed also deserves rest, the rest that protects. When you allow your soul to breathe, something subtle happens. Rest stops being just a pause and becomes protection. The mind, once vulnerable to every heavy thought, begins to be guarded, not by walls, but by peace, not by distraction, but by presence. Maybe the problems still exist. Maybe some answers haven't come yet, but they're no longer at the center. True rest doesn't erase reality. It changes how you face it. In this space, your heart learns a new language, the language of quiet trust. No rush, no pressure, no constant fear of what might go wrong. Your mind begins to renew. Lighter thoughts find room. Anxiety loses its grip. Night stops being a threat and becomes a refuge. Let this rest fully surround you, as if you were being watched over while you sleep, as if you didn't need to guard anything. You did what you could today. Now it's time to rest. And resting is also an act of courage that the night as a refuge. Night hasn't always meant rest for you. For a long time, it may have meant restlessness, racing thoughts, and heavy silence. But tonight, something is different. Tonight, the night doesn't accuse you. It welcomes you. Darkness no longer represents fear, but pause. Silence no longer pressures, but calms. The body, once tense, finds a safe place to rest. You don't need to guard your thoughts now. You don't need to defend yourself from everything. You don't need to anticipate tomorrow. Care is happening while you rest. Care that doesn't demand effort from you. Care that works in silence. If your mind tries to return to what feels heavy, gently bring it back. No fighting. No guilt. This moment isn't about strength. It's about refuge. Let the night fulfill the role it was always meant to have. A place of restoration. A space where you can simply be and rest light enough to your sleep. There's a different way to end the day. Not by reviewing everything that fell short, but by recognizing that for today it was enough. You don't need to take every answer to bed. You don't need to solve every detail right now. You don't need to carry what can wait until tomorrow. Sleeping isn't running away. Sleeping is trusting that life continues even when you stop. Right now, choose to take into rest only what is light. Leave the weight where it doesn't belong in your night. Place your worries in the space of surrender. If this prayer is helping you slow down, take part in something simple and powerful, like this video and write in comments. I trust. Stay until the end. This closing was designed to lead you into even deeper rest. Let go and rest. Now, allow yourself to simply be. No forced thoughts. No rush requests. No need for control. What needed to be done today has been done. What wasn't can wait. You don't need to carry it through the night. Let go of the weight. Let go of guilt. Let go of anxiety. Let go of the pressure to be strong all the time. While you rest, something greater is caring for you. While you sleep, something is at work. As your mind slows down, your soul finds rest. May your sleep be deep. May your mind remain at peace. May tomorrow arrive with lightness. If you made it this far, stay in silence for a few seconds. Take a deep breath and allow this rest to be complete. Sleep in peace. You are not alone.